The new year has just started, and I guess you're not the only one who has set some resolutions for 2023. Work out more, eat less cookies, stop smoking, journal every day, quit using plastics. And while most of these resolutions get abandoned as soon as the New Year's Eve hangover is gone, I would like to talk to you about a certain resolution I have set when I started sewing, and more importantly, I have pretty much managed to keep up with. If you're a sewist, you probably have a second hobby, hoarding fabric. I'm the same, I can't get enough, even though my storage is filled to the brim. But what I think is different from my storage than most other people is that mine hardly contains any new fabric. At this point, most of it is thrifted, and last year I made more than half of my garments out of thrifted fabric. And to be honest, I am quite proud of that. There really is no such thing as sustainable fabric, so any fabric you don't buy is a win, right? Because of that, I want to share with you how I managed to fulfill all my sewing needs without buying too much new fabric. But first of all, a disclaimer. I'm not here to talk guilt into you for buying new fabric. I still do it too, when I see something really pretty, or whenever the garment I want to make needs more yardage, or there's a super fitting fabric for a specific garment I want to make. Also, I drive a gasoline car, I took 2 flights in 2022 and use plastics on a daily basis, and I eat meat. Nobody's perfect, neither are you, neither am I, but also imperfect people can try to change the world a little bit. So, here are my 4 tips for buying thrifted fabric. Tip number 1. Don't make a plan. Don't go to the thrift store to find fabric for this dress you want to make, or this jacket, or this top, because most likely you won't find it and you'll be disappointed. Go stroll through the stores or the online thrift stores and get anything that's appealing to you. Think curtains, tablecloths, old sheets, but also clothes you can alter, stuff like that. If you like what it looks like and what it feels like, consider taking it, but don't make a plan in advance. Tip 2. Feel the fabric. Determine what it is. But before you buy anything, act like you are in a fabric store. Rub the fabric against your cheek to feel if it itches. Check for stains and other irregularities and decide whether you can maybe work around them, or if you can find a solution to cover them up. Also, try to find out what kind of fabric it is. It's a bit hard to set something on fire in a thrift store, but you can usually feel whether it's fully polyester or not. And if you do buy a fully polyester piece of fabric, take into account that it might be very sweaty when you wear it. Or if it's polyester wool, then it might be super itchy. Tip 3. Visit multiple stores and come back another time. In thrift stores, stock changes every day. So if you don't find anything today, come back a week later, who knows what you might find. 4. Go online. If you don't have a suitable thrift shop nearby, Facebook groups, marketplaces, sewing accounts on Instagram, there are plenty of places where people try to get rid of their stash. Who knows, maybe there's something there for you as well. So those were my 4 tips for buying thrifted fabric. But before I leave you, I want to say this. Sewing with thrifted fabric boosts your creativity. True, when you buy new fabric, you can make anything you set your mind to. And that's amazing, and keep doing that. But with thrifted fabric, that's limited. And even though it might be annoying, it also forces you to be creative, and the most beautiful things can come out of it. It can also be very frustrating. If you find this piece that might be amazing for a maxi dress, but is it nearly enough, you won't be able to buy any extra meters. Nevertheless, I hope 2023 is a year in which you can make the step towards a more sustainable sewing practice. But also, be realistic. Have you always wanted to make a long, swishy coat and this is the year that's going to happen? No way you're going to find enough fabric in a thrift store. And that's okay. For me, personally, I want to make my first coat this year. And I still have a gift card from this really cool fabric store in Belgium, so I'm going to see if I can buy the fabric for this coat over there, but I'm going to make the mock-up out of an old blanket I found in a thrift store. But as far as I'm concerned, that's going to be the only new fabric I'm going to buy this year. I'm not going to make a promise, I'm just going to try. What about you? Have you ever sewn with thrifted fabric? Do you have any tips? Leave them in the comments and let's discuss. And that's it for this video. It was my first talky video, so I hope you liked it. The next video I'm going to make it's a new quilt, and I've already been working on it for quite a while. So if you want to see that, like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I hope to see you next time.